sir. This is about reforming the system of hiring in the federal government to ensure that merit is the lodestar of hiring decisions as opposed
as per
to
the Supreme Court.
other matters. Yes, sir.
This is a big deal. Merit. Our country is going to be based on merit again.
So this administration moving very quickly, Liz, and the markets, they seem to be accepting of this, up, 537 points today.
Yeah, that's right. Edward, always great reporting from you. Thank you so much. Let's get quick reaction from House Foreign Affairs, Florida Congresswoman Maria Salazar. Congresswoman, your reaction to what Edward was just reporting, because let me back up. We've been researching this. We have seen Democrats and Joe Biden just doing distracting attacks on President Trump as China is eating America's lunch when it comes to artificial intelligence. China is doing its own form of a Belt and Road infrastructure push to invest in massive data centers for speech recognition, facial recognition, and artificial intelligence to dominate the world here. So Trump is trying to get America to catch up.
That is correct, and thank you for the opportunity. And I'm sure that many people still do not understand what AI does or does not do, but I think this is very simple. AI has to be in the hands of the United States. AI is for the good and not for the bad. We need to beat the Chinese when it comes to owning that space, and that is exactly what President Trump is doing. We don't need to know much more. China cannot be the owner of AI, because if we, the United States, the most benevolent country on earth, owns that space, owns that technology, we're going to be able to then do medical miracles. We're going to be able to improve our economy. The most simple thing, we're going to make it even simpler, and the most difficult thing, we're going to make it simple. That's AI, and that's why Trump is ahead of the game, just like in almost everything else, with the 42 executive orders he just signed in the last few hours.
You know, you just feel like it feels so 1982 when you look at the Biden agenda and their old climate agenda, when this is the future. It is AI. Let's show, by the way, President Trump, he is trying to bring America back. Show the pageantry and the unforgettable sights and sounds of the Trump inaugural balls, President Trump dancing with First Lady Melania. So when you were at the inauguration and you watched what was going on and you saw President Trump getting down to the brass tacks business of fixing and running America, he did a blast of executive power, nearly a barrage of about more than 200 executive orders wiping out the Biden era. What does it feel right now in D.C.? How is the mood in D.C. right now?
Well, it feels like a new dawn, and even more among the congressional delegation in the GOP conference, because we know that the madness has stopped, not only for us, but for the average American family. We know what's coming: economic progress, deregulation, no inflation. We're going to be again energy independent. Like he said, hey, we got a lot of oil, a lot of natural gas. Let's use it for our benefit. Let's put the American family first. The wokeness part is everything, is on every realm: socioeconomic and economics, military, foreign policy. It's everywhere. So he's rolling back, and I love the fact, Elizabeth, that now Tren de Aragua, that you have spoken so much about, is in the foreign terrorist organization. You know what that means? That means that the military can go after them, and that's exactly what we need, because those people are being funded and masterminded from Venezuela.
Yeah,
and that is our number one enemy. And how could we have allowed 60,000 operatives of Tren de Aragua to come into this country and just take over buildings and cities? Are we out of our... But now the military is going to go after them and nail them. That's exactly what they deserve.
Yeah,
those
that is
Venezuelans who are not here for anything good.
Yeah, Congressman, you make a good point, because America never saw them before until Biden, and they were a vicious, violent gang out of Venezuela, and Biden really didn't do anything to stop them coming in. We don't see a Democrat resistance against Trump now. Politico says President Trump is the greatest American figure of his era. Bloomberg says he's transformative. He's pulled off the most astonishing political comeback America's ever seen.
Wait a minute.
Grit, stamina, conviction. Yeah, and Jeff Bezos, go ahead.
There. Jeff Bezos was there. I mean, we were in the rotunda, watching the inauguration. We were right there with Bezos. Wasn't Bezos a Democrat up until yesterday morning? He was there. And who else? Zuckerberg from Facebook. 4 years ago. What did Facebook do? It's not that I have nothing against social media, is that why are they now having dinner with the new boss? Because they know that there's a new sheriff in town. And, you know, I am the most bipartisan member, one of the most bipartisan members in Congress, but I do recognize that the United States has a role to play. And that role has to be vibrant and with a lot of passion, and that's what Trump has.
Well, you've got it too, Congresswoman Salazar. Thanks for being with us tonight. It's good to see you.
My
now watch
pleasure.
this.
Thank you, Lizzie.